quote to you from Stephen Emmons about the root cause of identity crisis. She says, "We seem to know a lot about ourselves, but we can't tell who we are. Therefore, it is important for us to realize ourselves." I welcome you to this week's Youth Corner on Ardua, Veritatem. And this week, we shall be talking about the youth and identity crisis. I know probably some of us may have a faint knowledge of what identity crisis is. To some persons, it's possible you might have studied it, you might have written about it, you might have read about it, you might have attended seminars or conferences about it. But this week, we shall look at what is identity crisis, how do they originate. We shall also look at some symptoms about identity crisis. And finally, we'll look at some provisional solutions about identity crisis. The term identity crisis originated from the work of a developmental psychologist called Erik Erikson. Erik Erikson devoted his life, in the process and the theory of human formation. Erik Erikson, studied human from conception to death. For Erik Erikson, he believed that his work is to study the human formation. That is why Erik Erikson believed that when we talk about identity crisis, it all begins from the teenage period. Erik has this to say. Erik believed that the formation of identity was one of the most important parts of a person's life. One of the most important parts of a person's life. That is for Erik. That is why, Erik Erikson will hold this view that when we talk about identity crisis, it is something that is there, but with a graded process. And when you arrive at that teenage period of formation, then you begin to experience this. Then, what are the causes or the symptoms of this identity crisis? First, we may talk about cultural formation. We may talk about westernization and copying of other factors. We may talk about educational factors or intellectual factors. We may talk about societal factors. All these are part of the symptoms. So when we talk about cultural, you may begin to see within your particular culture, you want to juxtapose your culture with maybe the Western culture. You see somebody who is looking for meaning to life. You see somebody who doesn't understand the passion that he has. You see somebody who doesn't understand his value. You see somebody who doesn't know what exactly he or she has passion for. You see somebody who doesn't understand exactly his purpose in life. These are symptoms of identity crisis. Somebody who is living but not even sure of his or her existence. But of course, what exactly are some provisional treatment to somebody who is going through this identity crisis? The first thing is that the person needs to look inwardly and understand the fact that when you look inwardly, what are those things that make you to be happy? You need to identify what makes you to be happy. When you're able to understand and be able to identify what makes you to be happy, this is the first process that can help you to solve your problem. Secondly, you need to seek for support. If you realize that things around you don't understand, even your life, your existence, you are not even sure, your goal, your future ambition, you're not sure of it, you need to seek for solution outside. When you seek for solution outside, from a good perspective, then you're working towards being free from identity crisis. Thirdly, you need to discard external judgment. People are going to judge you. By the time you're comparing your lifestyle with other people, then you begin to see that you are not going to move forward. So with all these three provisional solutions, when we harness this together, then that can serve as a provisional solution to those who are going through identity crisis. Thank you and God bless you.